join us on stage. But before he does, let me just lay down a couple ground rules here. Of course, we have a microphone here, here, and here. This is going to be your time to ask questions, so hop in line. I would kindly say, since we have a lot of folks here, we want to get through as many questions as possible. Keep it to one question per person, and do me a solid, and let's avoid any special requests or selfie requests or anything like that. And if you've heard me give this spiel before, you know that I'm about to say that I love you, Tampa, but let's not get too weird, all right? That's not too weird. He can get weird. You try to not get too weird. Okay, without further ado, of course, you know this gentleman. I want you to make a whole lot of noise. You know this gentleman from Royal Pains. You know this gentleman from Scream. You know him from The Water Boy. You know him from Arrested Development. You know him as the author of the Hearsay children's books. And of course, you know him as the one, the only,
Hey, Winkler.
Arthur Bonzarelli from Happy Days. Give it up!
This is so wonderful. You know, I was here in Tampa. I made a movie here. I directed a movie. It was called Cop and a Half.
Yeah.
Reynolds. And we had a wonderful time. And this is really my second time back to Tampa. And I'm very happy to be here. There was a young woman that I met who was a teacher here when I first came. Her name was Ellen Brown. And she was so good at what she did that God spoke to her and said, Helen Brown, I have chosen you to live forever. And she thought, oh my goodness, if I'm going to live forever, I better look good. So she had a little work done. She had a little nip, a little tuck, a little lift. She looked great. Then she thought, oh my goodness, I better dress well. So she went to the local dress shop. She bought herself a couple of outfits. She had her bags. She stepped off the curb, hit by a bus, dead as a doornail, Mrs. Brown. But because she was spoken to by God, she went right to heaven with her packages. She walked right up to the throne of God. She said, excuse me, what were you thinking? It's Mrs. Brown. You said I was going to live forever. God said, I am so sorry. I didn't recognize you. That has nothing to do with my panel. I just like that joke. So here I am. I stand before you. I am a husband. My wonderful wife Stacy is with me here in Tampa. Thank you. We have 3 children, 4 grandchildren, 2 dogs. I am an actor. I am a director, a producer, and with my partner, I have written 33 novels for children. I am in the bottom 3% academically in America. Math was hard, English was hard, science, I still can't spell. I was great at lunch. I was told that I would never achieve. I was told that I would never meet my dream. And I've wanted to be an actor since I was 7. I don't know how it came into my mind. I don't know how it came into my body. All I know is if people were born to do something, I was born to try to be an actor. I had very short German parents. My father brought a lumber business over here from Germany.
Wow.
He wanted me to buy and sell wood. I did not want to buy and sell wood because I wanted to be an actor. The idea of buying and selling wood was out of the question. He spoke 11 languages. I had trouble in English. He would say to me 11 times a day in 11 languages, "Why do you think I bought the business over here?" I said, "Besides being chased by the Nazis, Dad, is there a bigger reason than that?" I'm open, I'd love to know. So I went to McBurney School for Boys. I wore a blue blazer, gray slacks, and a tie every day. My music teacher said to me, "Winkler, if you ever do get out of here, you're going to be okay." That was one of the only positive things that anybody ever said to me. I had a teacher in 4th grade. Her name was Miss Adolph. I think she was related. I was called, oh, I forgot to tell you, my parents had an affectionate phrase for me growing up. They called me Dumme Hund. For those of you who don't speak German, that means dumb dog. Very supportive people. But I had a dream. I wanted to be an actor. But, you know, if you kid around with a child, if you say, "Hey, don't be a moron. Hey, come on, act your age. Oh, you should know that by now. Oh, you're so stupid." A child listens to every word you say. They believe you. I thought I was stupid until like last Tuesday. So I thought I'm never going to meet my dream. I was a negative thinker. I can't, I won't, she won't go out with me. I'll get a job. That's all I thought. And I'm walking to my dream and I'm having these negative thoughts, because if a negative thought gets into your mind and you don't stop it, it grows into a thesis of negativity, and you're walking to your dream and all of a sudden your shoulders drop and your head drops and you stop moving forward. So I wanted to beat the system. And I read an Armenian philosopher. His name was Gurdjieff. And he wrote with such complication because he did not want you to finish his book unless you understood him. So I didn't, because I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And then I found a disciple of Gurdjieff. His name was Ouspensky, and this is what I learned from Ouspensky. If a negative thought comes into your mind, you say out loud, "I have no time for you now." People will look at you very strangely. But here it is. You stop the negative thought. You don't put a period on the end of a negative thought. All of a sudden, you move the negative thought out. You move a positive thought in. I use chocolate cake. Chocolate cake makes me happy. I have a negative thought. I stop it. I move it out. I bring in chocolate cake. My shoulders fly up. My head flies back. And I continue walking to my dream. And then one day you get to stand here and talk to you. So, I tried out for the Yale Drama School. Dumme Hund got into Yale, into the drama school. I called my parents, and my mother said, "Oh, this is very nice. Here, tell your father." Lovely people. Then I got into the Yale School of Drama, and then I got into the company there at the Yale School of Drama, and I made $173 a week, but I was living my dream. I was a professional actor. Then I went to New York. I tried out for commercials. Everybody that I went to Yale with said, "You cannot do commercials. It goes against our aesthetic grade." Their next question to me was, "How do you get them?" Then I made enough money and I went to Hollywood, the only wood I was interested in. And I tried out for this brand new show. I had hair down to my shoulders. I had a gigantic sweat stain. It looked like the Hudson River was running under my shirt. I walked in, I had 6 lines, and I tried out for this new show, and I got the part. I got the part. Then I got on the sound stage. We were at Paramount Studios, sound stage 19. We're shooting this new pilot for this new show. I made a deal with myself. Every actor that ever tried out for a character like this always comb their hair. I was going to be different. I was not going to comb my hair. I said to the producer and the director, I am so sorry. I can't comb my hair because I made a deal with myself. And they went, I am so sorry. It's written, you better do it. So I walked up to the mirror. I pulled out my comb. I looked in the mirror and I thought, hey, I don't have to because it's perfect. And I spent the next 10 years going,
Hey.
And then I added a word.
Hey.
Whoa. We have 3 children. I thought it was really important to listen to our children because I was never listened to when I was growing up. You pay for that. Our kids had chores. They were great negotiators. I did their chores. Our daughter Zoe had a bunny. She named him Mister because she was very creative. And my wife and I share a bathroom in the morning, shaving different parts. And Zoe came in, and I said, Zoe, did you clean your bunny's cage? Did you feed your bunny? She looked at my wife and she said,
No.
Why did you marry him? Max, our youngest, came running in. He said, Dad, I know that they make corn oil out of corn. How do they make baby oil?
Our baby.
I said, I'm going to get back to you on that. We have 2 dogs, Charlotte, a Labradoodle, an independent sleeper. She sleeps on the bed. If you touch her with your toe, I have to remind this dog every single night that it's our bed. And we have a little Labrador came into our life. Oh, he was 4 months old. Stacy found him in a parking structure with no tags. And she brought him home, and he promptly grew into a Great Dane. He is not an independent sleeper. His name is Linus. He has to sleep touching you. By touching you, I mean he has to sleep on you like a safety net. You do not get up in the middle of the night and pee unless he says okay. Here is another fact about Linus. He has the worst breath in America. Linus, please, I have to go to pee. I woke up one morning, I swear to you, he had seared the eyebrows right off my face. And this is what I learned. You know, I took geometry, same course, for 4 years. I took it regular school, summer school, regular school, summer school, regular school, summer school, regular school, summer school. Finally, I passed it in my senior year with a D-. That was in 1963.
Wow.
From that day until today, in October, the day before my birthday, let me just tell you, not one person has ever said hypotenuse to me. What were they thinking? We have to teach our children the way they learn, not what we think they should learn. And for all of the young people in this room, I want to say to you, this is what I've learned in my life. You all, no matter how difficult school is, no matter how difficult it is to learn, it has nothing to do with how brilliant you are. Every single person in this room is powerful. Every single one of you has greatness inside you. Your job is to figure out what is your greatness, dig it out, and give it to the world as a gift. The world is waiting to see who you become. Because if we're going to stay great, and we are great right now in this country, if we're going to stay that way, we need everyone to function at the top of their game. And no matter what you do, if you are a plumber, if you are a dancer, if you're a doctor, if you're an engineer, if you are a plasterer, the world needs you to be the best you can be. Now, once I finished Happy Days, I didn't know exactly what to do. I started to produce. We have MacGyver on, and the reboot of MacGyver is on right now. I'm very proud of that. And then I started writing books for children. I thought, oh, I can't do that. I'm delinquent. I'm stupid. I can't write a book for kids. Here's what I learned. Here's my new mantra. I will try. And look what happened. I met my partner. She types. I talk. She types. I wait. She reads it back to me. We argue over every word. Lynn says, you drive me to drink. She gets up, she goes to the kitchen, and gets a snack. But here it is. You don't know what you can accomplish until you try. If you have something in your mind and you need to do it, you don't know if you're going to be great at it or not until you try. I am living proof. You have greatness in you. Your job is to figure out what it is, dig it out, and give it to the world. There is not one human being on this earth who cannot wait to see who you become, that you meet your potential. And I want to say, I thank you for listening to me, because my parents never did. I also want to say that after this panel, I'm going back to my booth. I have my children's books with me. We have second grade books. There's a zombie in my bathtub. And we use a font that's never been used before for the reluctant reader, for the first time reader, and it makes it much easier for the eye to track the words across the page. I'm very proud of that. And then for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and the 6th grade, there's the Hank Zipser. He's a little older. He knows he's got a learning challenge. This one is called I Got a D in Salami. His mother owns a deli. He was so embarrassed by his report card, he dropped his report card in his mother's meat grinder. She sold the salami to a party, and every time they cut a piece, there was another D. Now Hank has to get it back. So I am so happy that we got to share this time. In just a little while, my favorite holiday, Thanksgiving, is coming up. So I hope that everybody in this room has the safest, most delicious, most present-filled holiday season ever. Does anybody have a question? Anybody have a question? Yes, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Thank you so much also for just kind of leveling with us and being on our level here. It's super cool. But I was wanting to ask you about your experience in Arrested Development.
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
All right, Arrested Development was written by a man named Mitch Hurwitz. And he was so brilliant. He is a genius. He's one of the 3 geniuses that I have worked with in my life. Gary Marshall, rest his soul. Mitch Hurwitz. And in January, I start shooting a brand new show called Barry, starring, written by, produced by Bill Hader.
Oh.
And a working man. we would be doing a scene on Arrested Development, and Mitch Hurwitz would come up and say, no, say this instead. And all of a sudden, you were saying something that was funnier than the very funny thing you were just about to say. It was an unbelievable experience. I don't know if there's going to be another one, because Jeff Tambor is doing Transparent. Jason is off directing. Tony Hale is on Veep. They don't care about me. So I don't know, but thanks, Shannon.
Well, I was wondering, who was your favorite character or actor to play with during that time?
Oh, everyone is so at the top of their game.
Right.
I love every actor on that show.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you. Yes, my darling. What is your name?
My name is Dan.
Hi.
Hi. She took my question. So my backup question.
Thank God you had one.
Yeah. So this is not very serious, but I'm really curious. Like, I really wanted to know. Have you ever, at a convention, seen a costumer who was dressed up as Arthur Fonzarelli with the black leather jacket carrying skis next to a shark?
You know what? I have never seen anyone dressed as Arthur Fonzarelli carrying skis next to a shark. There have been human beings who have brought me sharks to sign. But never an Arthur Fonzarelli. They are always these fantastical, great costumes that impress Stacy and I, because you make your own costumes, you are so inventive. Who are you?
Oh, this is a mashup. I have an R2-D2 dress, and I have a Dragon Con Marriott carpet cape. Marriott, it's a convention thing. It's a long story.
No, I know who you were.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
So,
I was just making sure.
okay, we'll work on that outfit for you next year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My darling, what is your name?
Hi, Henry Winkler. I am so excited to be here. I've been promoting you on our station 106.1 FM for the last month.
Thank you. What is your name?
I'm Dawn Reese, and you...
Now, are you on the radio?
Yes, I'm on the radio.
Holy mackerel.
I've been promoting that you're going to be here. I feel so short at this microphone, but I have to go back in time with you.
Yes.
Do you remember the Milwaukee Brewers baseball game?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember a beauty queen that you took out on the field and you gave a big hug to and your bus broke down? I'm going to go back in time. You were doing the Happy Days baseball.
We were. The whole cast was there.
Correct.
Okay, was this the time I was getting my statue, or was this?
This is way before.
Way before.
I was about 19 years old. I was the girl that
You were the beauty queen.
Yes, I was.
Well, it's really nice to see you
It's
again.
a pleasure, and I've interviewed Karen Howard, and I've interviewed some of the other crew as well, and I do want to thank you because I had a picture of you that was lost in the days,
Yeah.
and I came here to personally tell everybody about my story and how I met you, and what an inspiration
You mean
are.
you want everyone here to buy you a picture from my booth?
Yes, I do. I heard you're selling them.
Wow. Well, it's a pleasure to see you.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
And I'm a Milwaukee gal myself, so happy
Thank
days
you.
alive.
Well, thank
God
you.
bless.
Let me go over here. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good. What is your name?
My name is Stacy.
Hi, oh, that's my wife's name.
Great name.
Are we married?
Yes, I am.
No, are we married?
Sorry.
The lights are in my eyes. I can't see them. Hi,
Oh, you
Stace.
made me blush.
What is
Okay.
it?
Well, we came in a little late, so I apologize. I don't know if you've already answered it, but
It doesn't matter. I'll answer it again.
okay. Great. Do you think you're going to have another season of Better Late Than Never?
Yes,
Because
we
we
are.
absolutely loved it.
Better late than never. I believe you can see it on NBC Demand. Terry Bradshaw, William Shatner, George Foreman, the heavyweight champion of the world, and a young comedian by the name of Jeff Dye. We traveled to Asia together. We were there for 35 days, 5 cameras, and they made me eat pork vagina. I have not gotten over that. In Hong Kong, we had cow penis soup. That was even better. And I met an elephant in Thailand who made me cry. Yeah, it's true. One of my children's books is about Hank getting stuck in the enclosure with an elephant, and what do? You play soccer.
I have one other just follow-up question.
You do?
William Shatner was supposed to be here, but he postponed.
You know why?
No, I don't.
He doesn't care about his family.
The diva, is that really how he is?
No, you know what? He's not a diva. He is an adorable guy who's a little prickly. And if you get into a conversation with Bill, he talks from 7 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. Bill knows everything about everything and wants you to know it. But he is a dear, dear fellow. He really is. I love him.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. All right. Hi. What is your name?
Joey.
Hi, Joey.
I just have one question.
Did we meet, Joey? Did we meet?
I don't think so.
No? You haven't been to my booth?
No, I will.
Joe, what's your
I'm
question?
just springboarding off her question, I guess.
Skywarding off
Springboard! You've gotten to work with some of the greatest actors in the world, pretty much.
Hi, hey. They got to work with me.
I'm just looking like that. I just want to know specifically
Yes.
if you have any interesting stories, or if you've gotten to work with Tim Curry, or
Tim Curry, I met Tim Curry and shook his hand.
okay, or Ron Perlman.
I know Ron Perlman and loved him in The Sons of Anarchy. He's actually a really well-spoken, very thoughtful actor. He really is. He's a big boy, but he does not look like Hellboy. That red stuff is not on him. Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
So good.
Good.
What is your name?
My name's Ashley.
Hi, Ash.
Well, kind of springboard me off everyone
Sure,
else.
go ahead.
Yeah, just keep.
Everybody's on that same board.
I loved Better Late Than Never. You
Thank
guys
you.
look like you had so much fun.
We had so much fun.
What's your favorite memory from Japan?
If you are going to travel to Asia and you go to Japan, I would go to Kyoto. Kyoto is one of the greatest cities on the planet. It is ritualistic, it is modern, it is, and when you go to Japan, go to a food court. A food court is usually the basement of a major department store. You have never, we've been to great supermarkets in America. You have never seen food displayed like that. In Japan, they grow peaches on a tree, but they cut all peaches off that tree so only one grows. And it is gigantic and peachy like you have never experienced in your life. Honest to God. Sir, what is your name?
First of all, my name's Bob.
Hi,
I want
Bob.
to say happy birthday a day early.
Thank you so much, Bob.
You're welcome. And also, Top and a Half, during the filming of Top and a Half, they had the tropical heat wave in Tampa.
They did.
And I stood right next to you in the cubicle. I was afraid to say hello. So hello.
Hi.
Okay, so my question is, as a writer of scripts,
Yes.
can you make a living here in Tampa, or what happened with LA?
Okay, here it is. I would go to LA and I would take my scripts with me and I would drop them off at every agency that deals with scripts. And I would write a letter and say, I am a wonderful new writer. I'm from Tampa. Here's how you get in touch with me. I would put my phone number and my address on the front page, the back page, on your letter, on the envelope, so no matter what, they don't lose how to get in contact with you if you're good or if they think you're good.
And thank you.
You bet. Hi, what is your name?
My name is Alex.
Hi, Alex. What is your question?
my question is that will you do maybe another movie maybe with Adam Sandler?
Yes, I just did. Adam Sandler called me up and asked me if I would do a cameo in his newest movie for Netflix, where he plays a manager of actors and actresses. And so I just did, and that's a great question. Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
What is your name?
My name's Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
And I wrote mine down so I can be prepared.
Go right ahead, babe.
So Happy Days has become an American classic that transcends generations who watched it live week to week.
Stop right there. I thank you. Okay, go.
Okay. Was there ever a moment where you and the cast thought, like, holy crap, we've made it and this is where we are? Because I grew up watching it with my grandparents and my father, and they remember watching it live.
We went on in January of 1974. In April, I was asked to go to Little Rock, Arkansas to make an appearance for the newspaper to sign autographs at the mall. When I got off the plane at 11:30 at night, the night before, there were 3,000 people at the airport, all in poodle skirts. I went, holy crap, somebody is watching. Because, you know, when you're working on a soundstage in Hollywood that is soundproof, you don't know exactly what's going on. And then I found out. And then I had an unbelievable time.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
What is your name?
Colleen.
Hi, Colleen.
I have kind of a personal question.
Okay.
I wonder if you kiss as well as you did in 1974.
Okay. Hold it.
Oh, reason for us.
I hope so, because I can only answer that question. You know, Stacy is the only one who can answer that question. Stacy, what do you think?
Better.
Better! She says better.
Well, I asked a boyfriend over kissing you on a MDA telethon, which I snuck to that I wasn't supposed to go to, and you happened to bend over and kiss me, and it was on live, and he saw it. So, just was wondering if you
I totally understand.
It was amazing.
Was it a magic moment?
It was.
Thank God. Thank you. Hi.
Hey, Mr. Henry.
How are you?
Doing okay.
What is your name?
Sharia.
Hi, Toria.
I had a personal question from my shy father. He asked, do you think the Bucks need a water boy?
Do I think the Bucks need a water boy? Are the Bucks a basketball team?
Football team. Football.
Oh, you mean the Tampa Buccaneers?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't know. How are they doing? But we still support them, right? Do they have that big pirate ship?
Yes.
Oh, come on, nobody else has that. That's great. Hi.
Hi, my name's Linda.
Hi, Linda.
The better late than never.
Yes.
If my father was alive, he would be your top fan. It was so fun.
Thank you.
It looked like you all had a fantastic time dancing with the
K-pop.
Yes.
The K-pop group.
And
Okay. Has anybody seen Better Late Than Never? How was that dancing?
Okay.
I shocked myself.
Yes. Did you hurt the next day?
I did not.
And also, how long did it take you all to get up to the top of those stairs?
It took, to the top of Mount Fuji. It took us a long time. And let me tell you, a little small person like me, pulling George Foreman, it's like pulling a skyscraper up those stairs. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yes.
Hi, how are you doing?
What is your name?
I'm Angela.
Hi, Angela.
First, I wanted to say that your children's books are really amazing. My sister is an elementary school teacher and she uses some of our classrooms, so it's really awesome. And I think she probably wish you could be here today.
Thank you.
My question for you, since you said that Thanksgiving is your favorite holiday.
Yes.
Out of all the characters that you've played, which one would you invite over for Thanksgiving dinner?
Wow. Okay.
The font?
You know what? I don't know. I would have to invite them all because I don't have a favorite. I do have a favorite child, but I can't tell you which one. But my characters, every time I start a new project, I think, okay, this is my favorite. This is it. This is it. I love that I get to do my work. I am so grateful that I am actually living my dream. I don't have a favorite, so I would have to invite, I'd have to have a long table.
Oh.
Thank you for that question, though. All right, this is my last question, because then somebody else has to come and do a panel. What is your name?
Stephanie.
Hi, and who are you, Stephanie?
I am Ariel from the Little
Yes, you
Mermaid.
are. Yes, you are.
So my question is, Waterboy is like one of my all-time favorite movies.
Thank you.
So I was wondering if you had like an all-time favorite memory or anything from making the movie.
Do you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed that I was not only working with Adam, that I got to meet all those people, but I love that I didn't have to get that tattoo. That was a crew member on the lighting crew who had a better tush than I did. So let me just say, I thoroughly enjoyed spending this time with you. Thank you for being here and spending part of your day with me. Be safe, have a wonderful, wonderful convention, and because I have no pride, you find yourself at my booth, I would not kick you out of the booth. Thank you so much.